I need you to be brave. A man will come and take you away.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is mission 12, Death Factory, and we're in the test facility. So this is a pretty quick and simple mission. I make it much harder than it needs to be because that's just generally how I roll. And what I mean by this is if you get in the Moonraker outfit, which is what I've dubbed it, which is the scientist disguise in the luminous yellow suit, biohazard suit thing, you can get through the second part of this mission rather easily. I don't for some reason, and I don't know why, but I just decided not to this time. And I have to do a little bit more sneaking than you would have to do, but it works out in the end, and it works out quite well actually, and I enjoyed the interesting direction that I had on my second run through. But what I'm going to be doing here is I use the fire alarm to lure the first guy out, and then I knock him out. And then I use my footsteps by running next to the wall to lure the second guy out. That enables me to knock both of them out, get the information from the room that I need, and then unlock the testing facility. There's probably different ways to do this, as there are millions of other ways to do everything in these games, but this is the one that took my fancy at the time, and this is the one that worked, so there you go. But there's the dude that we need. I check the room to see if there's anything else, do a bit of running, and you'll notice as soon as it goes yellow, immediately as I start running it goes yellow, because the AI sensors are set to, I think, the second highest in the game. The next difficulty up, they're even more aware. I don't know how much of a difference it actually is until I play it. But I wish you could play with checkpoints, with the HUD stuff, you know, on the hardest difficulties. Because I think Expert should be that. I think Purist should be the one that gets rid of everything. It kind of feels redundant that both Expert and Purist effectively do the same fucking thing. I know there are differences, and I know there are slight tweaks to it, guys, but essentially, on paper, aside from one or two differences, they're the same difficulty. But now that you've got the codes and everything, you can press this computer. This opens up the door to the test facility, and then we can go on the crazy underground lift into the secret, super evil base. Which, I'm a fan of stuff like this, but I do think the first time when you come to this place, especially the next few levels, I had a terrible time in this area because I just could not fucking do anything. Like getting some of these accidents and some of these kills to pull off, it can be so trial and error in this level, it's unbelievable. This section's not too bad because I've got a good system on this one, and decontamination's not too bad either because I know exactly what I'm doing there. But R&D is further proof of why the disguise fundamentally fails on this game. Because it has you doing some ridiculous things just to stop those fucking markers coming on the screen and getting all nice and pointy and everybody getting suspicious. It's just hilarious. But because we don't have a disguise, everybody's going to be suspicious of us because we shouldn't be here. But that's not a problem. We can use that to our advantage. So as soon as you get off the lift, if you come over here and you climb up this ladder, I'm going to do some exploring first though, because I'm looking to see if there's anything worth grabbing. I notice a folding knife. I'm not going to be using it as a weapon, I'm going to be using it as a distraction, which you guys should be getting into the habit of doing as well. Because if you can throw something on this game, it is extremely empowering. It really is. Sometimes it works the way you want it, sometimes it doesn't, but I always feel safer when I've got a distraction at hand. So this guy is playing funny buggers, so I throw the knife to get him to look that way, so I can come this way. The great misdirection, love it. But keep walking down here, there's not too many guards until we get to the end. And then there's going to be a couple of guys having a conversation and a dude on a phone. So just make slow progress up here, don't get too cocky, too aggressive. And the paths will work to your favour once they're finished. As soon as the guy's done on the conversation, he's going to go back in the room, and then you can sneak past the guards without all that much difficulty. I climb in this locker because I do enjoy doing, little Hitman things like this, but a lot of the times it hurts you more than it helps you because getting in the locker takes a while and people can see you when you're doing it. which is a bit of a pain in the dick, really. But, ooh, do you see that? Oh, goodness me. Really close there to getting absolutely fucked. But, just play smart. When you move down here, there's a checkpoint, and checkpoints on this game, even though they are completely broken and they will revive people you've killed, which doesn't make any sense, they still can help you in certain circumstances, and I do like using them. But I sneak into here so I can get this guy's suit. This is the suit you would have had if you'd taken it off the guy upstairs, so, you know, this is a long way around of doing something I could have done earlier, but it's all good. We get there in the end, and that's what matters. We've got this guy's body. I'm going to come over here and dump it in this box to get my points back, to make sure nobody spots him and gets into, you know, alert phase or any of those good stages, sorry. Then I come over here and sabotage this for no real reason, just because it's there and I wanted to see what it does. That guy's real suspicious of me. And in here there's some more security to disable, which is quite cool. It gets you points, and that's what it's all about. That, I believe, is the disguise I'm wearing, so I didn't need to knock this guy out. I could have probably just sneaked through the window, and this is the dude we have to kill.
It's supposed to be right below our feet.
So I look up into the top room, notice that there's two dudes that will see through my disguise, and then I think I'm just going to follow old Squeaky Leg and kill him. Which, this works out really well for me, because when he walks through this door, there's a guard in front of him, but the guard goes first, and then there's nobody else, it's just us three, and because the fibre wire is so quiet, you can do really blatant kills like what I'm about to do here. I mean, look at that. Nothing he could do. And then there's a bin directly behind us, so we can dump him, and that is the Silent Assassin ranking. And the cool thing now is there's not that many of these green dudes knocking about, so we can effectively stealth our way back to the exit without anybody knowing we were here. And, you know, this is Hitman when it works, and when it works, it's a beautiful game. That dude's back on his phone doing the same dialogue, so we're going to have to wait for him to finish, which is one of the only problems of this game. The paths do require you to trigger them a lot of the times, but they also repeat just in case you need that path to get further in the game, and there seems to be far too much time spent waiting for somebody to finish a conversation than in any other Hitman game. I mean, look at this. I've got my fucking back to him. You can't tell who I am. I'm wearing a hood, for Christ's sake. I just imagine if the AI was this perceptive on Assassin's Creed, you wouldn't have killed a single fucking person. You'd have been hung. Or whatever they did back then. You'd have been crucified or stoned or, I don't know, eaten. Maybe they were hungry. But now we've done that. Like I say, backtrack the same way you came up. That way you know you're not going to bump into anybody you don't know is there. And the exit is just to the right of the elevator that we came down on. So as soon as you drop down the stairs, it's directly in front of you if you follow it across. And then you go through those plastic flappy doors, which I have no idea what they're called. But this is the end of the video, guys. I hope it helped, and the next ones are also kind of awkward, so fingers crossed you check those out too. Thanks for watching, and you take care now.